Y'all asked me what was my hustles in prison. I didn't have very many. I tried to run a prison store, but I ate too much food, and then I found myself borrowing and doing transfers from other people. But I always paid them back because I had the money to do it. Thank God I had Jolene Vacure. Shout out to my auntie Patricia. Shout out to my auntie Kim, my mother Annette. Shout out to my uncle Leon. Sent me something a few times. Shout out my baby mom. She sent me something a few times. Samantha. Shout out to Hillary. I forgot Hillary's last name, but shout out to Hillary from Lincoln Park. She used to send me $100 every month anywhere I wanted to get it sent to, because I had I was on that bill where I owe restitution because I caused medical damages to somebody. So if you assault somebody and they get hurt, they'll say, hey, well, this medical trip, ambulance ride was $300, stitches were $1,000, so on and so forth. So if I can get like certain people can get $100, or excuse me, certain people can get $50 a month, period. They get 50. Anything over that, they take half. So if you get $100, you're gonna get 75. You get the 50, and then they're gonna cut the other 50 in half. But me, since I had state restitution far as my court, something like that, I forgot what it was called, but I had that, and I had multiple medical damages. So when they send me 50, I get 25. Anything over that, they're taking everything of up to $400. So they might take, $375, and then if I get anything over that, which I only did once, I got like $50. So I always had to send money other places. But anyway, my hustle was extortion. You know what I'm saying? We just had cold plays that we could put down on people, especially the white suburban kids that come in there. And I know some people in the comments was getting mad, like, oh man, you horn my race. And I'm like, this is just the truth, bro. Like, if you go look at anybody I asked questions about white organizations and white people in prison from suburbs, they're gonna tell you the same thing, with the exception of some. With the exception of some, most of them become victims. So I had a partner. I had a couple partners, and he would go be the bad guy, threaten this, threaten that, and then I come be the good guy. Like, you know what? I'll work that out for you, man. Just make sure I get the cookies off every tray. I get the pizza on that pizza day. I give you the beans off my plate for your pizza. The beans was horrible too. They call it like salad beans. They white beans. I don't know. These things taste like sauteed cardboard or something like that, man. It's horrible. But yeah, give me that. How much money you get a month? 50. Okay. Well, just throw me 20, bro, and I'll make sure you straight. Throw me 15. I'll be nice to him, and we just get the money. So when you got like 6, 7 guys giving you 15 to 30 to 50, $100 a month, that's a lot of eating that we was doing that we didn't even have to go to the cafeteria, especially in level 1. I sent my homie to go take somebody TV. He take the TV. Hey, look, bro, I'll get it back, but it's gonna cost you. You're gonna have to pay for it back, but I'm gonna make sure you keep it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get in no trouble, no physical altercations. You want to go home fast as possible. You only got 2 years. You only got 3 years. So you don't want to be hiding out in the hole for 6 months and missing your classes. So look, bro, we'll work this out on the financial tip, and then, you're going to be good. I promise you won't do it again. And nobody else going to mess with you. And I gave him that conviction. And the guys used to give up their money. Or we just come take your stuff, And I ain't glorifying it or being braggadocious about it. But it's just the way it was, man. When we come across a sex offender or something like that, we like, hey, what you in here for? Let me see the paperwork. Oh, you ain't got no paperwork? That's weird. Everybody got paperwork. Look him up. Oh, CSC. Okay, he 30. Person was 13 through 15. All right, cool. We're gonna go in there. Hey, get up off your bunk, bro. Move. My man's be watching him. I just come take his TV, his clippers, MP3 player, take everything, just sell it. Hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. I'll sell it for 75, 100, 150. And that's the way it went on for a long time. I remember 1 month, we literally made about $1,500 off just taking people's stuff or people giving us stuff. And you got to think about it in prison. I told y'all the story about where I worked 144 hours, I want to say, like 144 hours in a month, and my check was like $20, dog. They had the nerve. It was like 1919. They had the nerve to take taxes out of $20 check. I was making 11 cents an hour. So you got to think about it. Your average prisoner who work a decent job and working a lot of hours, he's averaging between $50 to $100 a month. You got to put in a lot of work for $100 a month, and people do that. But that's a lot of work. So just imagine making $100 a month and me just taking something from you and making $1,000 a month. It seems real logical in there. And then I always put the excuse in my head, like, well, you're a sex offender. Who cares? Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, here, give me that, like, it's mine. Like, bro, you shouldn't have did what you did. I could have respected you if you was in here for something else, or you stood up for yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I could even respect you if you just didn't want no trouble, you wanted to pay a little bit. And I know a lot of y'all like, man, I would never pay nothing. I would never pay nothing. But if you've never been a prisoner, you've never been to jail, and you never been around guys like this with all the tattoos on their face, 6'5", 250 pounds, all muscle, looking crazy, dreadlocks here, and there, tattoos everywhere, and 3-4 of them guys approach you, one of them got a knife or whatever they got, you gonna give up your stuff. If somebody would have did that to me, I'm beyond like, and I'm from the streets and I've been through things, all right? So if I went to prison and I wasn't savvy and I didn't know how to click up, or I didn't know how to show people I wasn't a punk through body language and conversation, and mind you, I'm 6'3", 260, 270 at the time. If 4 or 5 guys would have pulled up on me with knives, I'd have been like, huh, take that if you got the knives. Now, if y'all was just talking about fighting, I might have took that whooping because of my pride. But other than that, you might have just had that stuff at that time. I'd have got back later on. I'd have caught y'all one by one as I got acclimated, as y'all, went here and there. And I would have singled, would have caught some of y'all slipping. But if people run up on you, man, sometimes you just got to give it up. Thank God it never happened to me. But I seen it happen so many times. Like, I seen men here get touched. Yeah. I promise you, and I'm gonna have Smith Bay talk about it, because he was there at one time when a guy went and grabbed another guy face and kissed him. What are you doing, dude? What you mean, what I'm doing? Wait, hold on. If a guy walk up and kiss me in my mouth, my question is, what is you doing? It's blows coming behind that. You're not about to walk up to me and kiss me in my mouth. Even if I did swing that way, boy, you better ask me. Nah. Now that type of stuff, I risk getting butchered for, like, manhood. But just like if somebody robbed me in the streets and they got the gun, the man with the gun wins always. The man with the gun wins. Remember that. The man with the gun wins. Period. And if it's a bunch of y'all, I ain't taking no chances, man. So I say that to say this. Don't think you so tough. Don't think you tough as you. Don't think you that tough, bro. You know what I'm saying? When a bunch of guys tough, one tough person, first 5 tough people, it don't work. It don't work. But a lot of y'all gonna still go out there and drunk drive and crash into somebody and go to prison. A lot of y'all gonna go get addicted to drugs and start stealing. A lot of y'all gonna go steal thug cars. I'm talking about even the people that's not really in the street life. One of y'all gonna beat y'all wife too bad. She hit her head or something. Now or you choke her and you got assault with a strangulation and they give you 3 years. Now you up here in prison and you was a working person. You was working, you was feeding your family. You wasn't doing no street stuff, no activities, and you're gonna end up in prison. And they gonna show you in that world, it's totally different, different set of rules. Can you imagine fighting a man over a noodle? If I broke in somebody's house, right, and I stole all their noodles, and I called them and I told them, like, hey, bro, I broke in your house, your door was open. I walked in your house and I took all your noodles. They gonna be mad at the fact maybe I went in their house without permission, but they gonna laugh at me like, bro, hold on, ain't nothing missing but the noodles? You took a noodle? Yup, I got them. You gonna laugh at me like, what? A noodle? But there, noodle mean everything. That's going to keep your stomach from rumbling at night. Because when you eat at 4 or 5 o'clock, you ain't eating again to 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. You got 10, 12, 13 hours to eat before you eat again. That noodle mean everything. Peace and blessings be to y'all, man. Big 5. Let me get in here putting these hours, man. Shout out to the homie that was at work. I should have asked you your name. This is like the third guy at the job say, watch the channel, man. I appreciate that, man. That's big love. I really, really, really appreciate that, man. People starting to notice me places, and it's crazy. But nevertheless, though, I appreciate y'all support. I'm gone. Got to get up in here, get this money.